Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it's D-Day. I'm about to paint the back of my aquarium. Just wanted to show you guys a little preparation I did. Um, this is a little bit different than what you might be doing because my tank is already up and going. It's full of water and it was up against a wall. So the area that I need to get to was just a little bit tricky, but luckily on my desk here I have this white piece of plywood, I guess you can call it. It's just like a protectant for my dresser, and that's able to slide around. So if I didn't have that, I would just have to move this tank with basically my hands. To be honest, what I would have done is I would have drained a lot of the water, but because I have that plywood working as kind of like a guide or like a slide kind of little gizmo. I didn't have to drain the water. The tank is still really heavy, and I did have to worry about how far I brought the tank to the edge of my dresser. It looks like it's kind of hanging off right there, but as you go into the back, it's still way on there, and it's not gonna fall off. Okay, so first I wanted to just show you guys and myself the view from the back of my tank. Everyone always sees it from the front, and this is probably the last time I'll have the chance to show it and see for myself the back. So as you can see, I have my stargrass here, and I'm really actually impressed and proud of how tall my stargrass is and how much of it I have, considering from earlier videos it was pretty scarce. Then I have my rotella, and for anyone who's just getting started and wants to know how to plant rotella, try to keep it like it is here. Maybe about 8 to 10 stems per bunch. You can see I have a bunch here, then I moved over a little bit, a bunch there, moved over a little bit, a bunch there, moved over a little bit, a bunch there. So just don't stick like 25 stems of rotella in one hole, because that just promotes decay, and the roots just don't have as good of a chance to spread out. So keeping it minimal like that, the roots will adhere to the substrate quicker. One thing you're going to want to do is just some blue painter's tape. I masked off the top black cap, if you want to call it, and the bottom black cap, because I don't want, even though I'm painting it black, I just don't want paint on that. And you're gonna want to, I've seen people tape off the edge of this side, the side you're actually painting on. You want to paint that, so don't tape that. You want to tape the other side, which in my case is the actual side of the aquarium. You can see this is the side of it. So you're gonna want to put tape on that side, because that's the side you don't want paint on. So you want to paint there, not there. Just bring it right to the edge. Might take a little bit of time, just do it right. Get it right the first time. And it's the same thing on the other side. So when everything's all said and done, everything's painted, you peel that off and you got paint where you want it and paint where you don't want it. But if you end up getting paint somewhere you don't want it, it's super easy to wipe off if you want to do it wet, or you can let it dry and scrape it off with a razor blade. Alright, so I'm just going to get started here, and I'll show you what it's like after. I guess I forgot to show you guys my supplies. I want to show you my supplies real quick. I just got this stuff from Walmart. It's called Folk Art. It's just acrylic paint. You can really use any paint, just as long as it's water based. You can see right there that it's water based. It's non-toxic, so you don't want anything that, like, if it accidentally drips into your water, it's gonna, you know, pollute the whole water column. It's non-toxic, but yeah, so I got that at Walmart. This was like 80 cents, and then I just got a foam pad brush. I just got the biggest one. I think it's 2 inches, 3 inches. It's 3 inches. I don't know, help get the job done a little quicker. That was 80 cents. This is 2 fluid ounces. Luckily I bought 2 because I just dumped it out in the tray, and it's looking like I'm gonna need 2. This is a 29-gallon aquarium, so I'll let you know if 4 fluid ounces of paint is enough. Alright, all done with the painting. Nothing really much more I can say. It went good, went smooth. 1 bottle of paint, which was 2 fluid ounces, was all I needed. You might have to, I would actually suggest putting in maybe like 2 to 3, 4 drops of water just to thin it out. I found that when it's just a little bit thinner, you get a little bit better coverage. When it's a little thicker, it just kind of like clumped up a little bit. It was a little bit just too thick. So I'm gonna take the tape off, gonna put everything back, and show you what it looks like from the front. Alright, here's the final installment of painting the background. Everything's all done. Super simple, super easy, super quick. All in all, it took me about an hour, and that was letting it dry for half an hour. Really the hardest part was just moving the tank around with all the water in it. Obviously I would recommend you do this the first thing when you're setting up an aquarium. If this is how you want to go, do it before you put water in it. But even with having the little bit of difficulty with that, it was still super quick, and I just think it makes such a difference. Real quick, some positives, and I don't know if I'd call them negatives, but maybe some downsides of having a painted background or any background that's on the exterior of your tank. Positive, I think it makes it look better. It just adds another, it just defines the tank, I think. Before, it was just kind of like, I don't know, a fish bowl. Like you could look in the front and see right out the back, and I don't know, it was just kind of more or less like a, I don't know, remind me of like a science project container. This is more like an art piece. You know, it's just more defined. 2, as far as I am concerned, and I don't know, this is all opinion, personal preference. Maybe it's just my mental, it's just something mental for me, but I think it helps trap the light in. I'm working with a little bit less light than what I should be working with anyway, so I think that with the painted background before, I mean, that light was just escaping through the back of the glass. Now maybe that black background will reflect and hold in some more of that light and put it back into my tank. That's just me. Two downsides I see is 1, as far as my Eheim filter, if you guys know that takes suction cups, and before I had them suction cupped on the back, the inlet pipe, it won't really suction cup to the paint, so you gotta figure out another way. I'm fine because it hangs there. It has that little U shape, and you can just hang that on the back. So as far as that goes, that's fine. My mag float is a different story. You can't use the mag float on the back. If you wanted to get rid of algae on the back of the glass, you'd have to go in there and do it with your hand. But yeah, so those are just, you know, some pros and cons like everything else. And hope this was helpful. Hope I covered everything. If you have any questions, let me know. More than happy to answer them. And keep an eye out for that video a little bit later where I show you guys some new additions I got to the tank. Late.